of wildlife,
Oh, man.
they'll chase you across the map.
Yeah, they're like, nope.
Packs.
Oh, man, and you get caught in those corridors. This is death. But we are looking at him going in now. We have Tripaseka on the high ground, starting with the pistol damage, looking to get those strafing. Everything's being shot now at this rock. Too bad the laser cutter can't cut through the rock there. Trying to get the damage. There comes the abduct going straight for Jans, but it gets blocked by the pole. So
Fresh. Using all of his traversal to try to reposition and find a new angle to engage these hunters. They are still trying to stick to the pipe Rock of Life area right around here. Always try to find a Rock of Life on every map, found one on Fusion Plant Distillery, although those are trees, actually. Rocks and trees. Can confirm, you heard it here first, are actually completely different things. Here's the decoy. This is how you use decoy right here to approach from a different angle while invisible. Unfortunately, those shields completely mitigated the Warp Blast and Abduct right there. Ooh, we are getting a couple combo hits right there from the Supernova. Hyde going in with that flamethrower, really punishing the monster right there. And the shields are getting low from Hank. Really, really aggroing on Kyra right now, but Kyra's got reload as well as capacity on Hank. Ooh.
oh, the damage coming in.
Why? That was rude. That was just straight up disrespectful.
Rusty being rude and dropping orbitals from space all over the place on him. So
Kyra looking a but still not focused down.
Still
the assault. The abduct right there. Kyra at about less than half health, but the monster very, very quickly taking health damage right here. We see about 4 bars of health damage coming in right about now. That's half of his health, and he's got to get a down penalty. If he can somehow manage to down Kyra, that'll be it. And the shield just depleted. Kyra is finally down. He gave all his armor and 5 bars of health. Kyra right there, decoy going out. And if he can eliminate Kyra from the match, dip out, get some armor, come back, finish him off, that will be a solid W. The shield's coming out from Hank, though, trying to keep Kyra's down body up on the field. Don't want to send Kyra back to the dropship. Kyra goes to the dropship, and all these hunters are going into the dirt. Serious damage has been done to Jack and Hank right now. The shield going out on Kyra, just trying to keep her alive. Battle of attrition. Who's going to win? Oh, they actually might get the rest.
Got her up. They got her up. Down he goes. Here comes him the Warp Blast, though. Janssen's back up and good to go. Tripaseka getting healed and shielded. Not quite enough to keep him alive, though, but they come in with the last-second clutch heal burst coming in from that revived Jans. Warp Blast being used fresh, getting low. Down to about a bar. Trying to get everything he can. The shield's coming out of Hank, though, keeping Tripaseka up as he's going in, trying to get the finish, but he's not able to get away in time, which means the Hunters take it too fresh, slaying the Wraith, giving them a win, making it 1-0 in favor of LFC right now.
That's exactly how you play Jack right there. They managed to get that res because Jack would have repulsed the monster back behind that piece of cover while he was hiding, and that was extremely well played right there. Instead of Hyde going, that's a very hard decision to make. Are you going to try to DPS the monster down and take the win that way, or are you going to try to get Kyra back up on her feet? And Hyde was the one to get that res. Jack was able to keep Hyde safe while getting that res, and I'm not sure what Hank was doing, but he had no shields ready. Those shields unfortunately broke, and that caused the Kyra down, but Kyra tried her best to kite and keep herself alive. That's no fault of the Hunters, just the fact they were fighting a stage 3 monster that really committed on the medic right there. And that is a W in favor of LFC. Like I said, Seeds, and its current score is 1-0. That was the first match in the finals. Both of these teams will be in TGL. They will take the, I believe, 6th and 7th seeds. They are taking the 6th and 7th seeds. The winner is going to get the more favorable 6th seed, and the loser, the second place person, is going to take the 7th seed. While meanwhile, the losers bracket finals, the 3rd and 4th place teams, the winner of that will take the 8th seed, and the loser of that is not going to be in TGL and will not get their shot at the almost $2,000 prize pool. I believe it's at $1,800 right now, which is absolutely ridiculous. That's a serious amount of pocket change to earn for playing video games.
Yeah, no, it comes down to that clutch revive coming out, and that just able to bring up that medic, was able to secure them that win. Because of that, they were able to get up and get the heals out to keep Jack alive. Not only that, but also keep Hank alive. If that medic revive didn't happen and he re-engaged with such low health on the Hunter team, he would have won in that scenario. But because of the clutch pickup on the medic, it did actually secure that victory for them and push them forward with a 1-0 lead in favor of LFC.
Yeah, unfortunately, just let Kyra get up. Let Kyra get up, and that was the game right there. If you would have sent Kyra back to the dropship, there would have been a chance.
If Kyra dies, you all
right,
die.
we're getting the next map. So, IC gets to pick the next map. IC's Monster Fresh just lost that round, and the loser of the first map, Orbital Drill, gets to pick the next map, including Orbital Drill. So if they want to replay on Orbital Drill, they are welcome to, although I don't think in TGL we have ever seen someone who lost on Orbital Drill say, let's do Orbital Drill again. So I think they might decide to change it up. LFC really making the upset right now, beating Fresh, really well-known Monster player, and I said the team to watch was going to be the team that LFC just eliminated in the semifinals. That was Dome Destroyers. LFC eliminated Dome Destroyers 3-0, and that was a huge upset. And now they're upsetting Inspector Cabot. LFC up 1-0. Inspector Cabot participating in ESL, really strong players. LFC just came out of nowhere and are bringing the pain.
Yeah, and they're not... Like as you were saying with Inspector Cabot, they've been around for a long time. They've had a lot of practice, and LFC coming out of nowhere with these plays and just showing that they can be a force to be reckoned with. Coming out of the community, going straight into TGL and going in with their fists swinging. So we'll have to see what they do. We might see Fresh as the monster for IC choose to change things up. He might not play Wraith this game because he did have a hard time up until Stage 3. However, he was able to get Stage 3 without losing any health, really. So that's a key thing to note.
Yeah, it should be noted that Fresh had only played Wraith that last round in TGL and was very successful with the Goliath and Bob earlier, actually. Kraken is being banned, but I'm sure Fresh can also play the Kraken. So with that in mind, Wraith didn't go so well for him. He could just switch up the monster and take it back in his favor. So it looks like the next map, ladies and gentlemen, will be a Wraith Trap as picked by IC, who did drop that last round. LFC does get to ban a monster, so if you guys are just joining, I'm sure you already know the TGL rule set, but if you're new, the TGL picks and bans are as follows. Monster ban, Hunter class, ban from that Hunter class, Hunter pick, repeat that, and then at the very end, you pick the monster after you see what Hunters you get to go up against, with the exception of the one monster that was initially banned.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they change that up and how they vary it. We are looking at the next map being Wraith Trap, which is of course an interesting choice because they're looking to get more. They're looking to get something similar to Orbital Drill because they felt that that worked in their favor. The long sight lines, however, Wraith Trap is a lot more flat. It's a lot more like scopes. You get like a little dip and then you go up forward. It's like smoother transitions between high and low grounds as opposed to Orbital Drill where it's up and down all over the place with a general flat line. So there's a lot of terrain obstacles on Orbital Drill as opposed to Wraith Trap where it's just slight changes in elevation depending on what area you're in and it moves transitions a lot more smoothly. So it'll be interesting to see how that impacts the Hunter's movement throughout the map, and I think they're feeling quite confident with their performance on that, especially with the Stage 3 relay fight going against the Wraith in the previous game. First ban, of course, is actually going to be Kraken right off the get-go, so they don't want to see any of that, and they're going into this saying, nope, we're just not going to deal with Kraken. That's our game plan. No matter what we see, we don't want to see Kraken. Crack-a-lackin'.
All right, yeah, we do have Kraken banned. Kraken, I think, has a 100% ban rate today. Then moving into the Hunters phase of the picks and bans, Medic has been called first. Val has been banned. Surprise, surprise, I believe Val has had a 100% ban rate today. And I think, unless they could pull out a Laz Cabot or a Laz Bucket, they're probably going to go Kyra. The pick is going to be, I doubt it's going to be Laz. So,
if it's
Laz,
Val banned, it's probably going to be Rogue Val or Kyra, I'd say.
Kyra, yeah. Oh, yeah, Rogue Val, of course, did come out a couple weeks ago, so we may see Rogue Val. But we do see a Kyra pick coming out, like I said, from LFC. So the first ban was Val and Kraken, and we have Kyra on deck. So they're probably going to take Hank and Sunny up next. They don't know what monster he's going to play, though. I would guess Goliath.
Considering how that last game went, I'd say Meteor Goliath or Goliath. Knowing Fresh, I'd say he's probably leaning towards Meteor Goliath, just because he likes the dot damage, because it helps burn through shields at the same time as dealing damage, so you can hit both Hank and whoever he's shielding at the same time, as long as you're positioned correctly.
Yeah, of course.
So,
like you said, those giant flamethrowers increase range. It's all good.
It's so long. It's just
Put 3 points out of that.
Yeah, it's just
Snipe.
like 3 points every time.
All right, next Hunter is going to be Trapper. LFC is picking Trapper up next. I'm going to predict they're going to ban Jack. That's what I'm going to predict.
First ban's Maggie, actually.
They banned Maggie last time, but I just wanted to be different and unique and change it up. But Maggie has been banned, and the Trapper pick is going to be Jack. All right, if we ban Jack, maybe they would pick Maggie, but Jack has been picked instead of banned.
So
up next,
we're looking at a Jack Kyra right now, which means we're probably going to see a Hank.
And
If I had
the
to bet.
assault's going to be Hyde. Unless he's banned, then it's going to be Torvald, is what I'm going to pick. But those are my
Torvald's
guesses.
left open. Torvald's getting picked. And support ban is again Sunny.
Sunny. Yep, it's going to be Hank. Almost guarantee it. There you go. And the, excuse me, Assault. I was about to say Trapper. Trapper's already picked. That's Jack. Assault is going to be the very last one. And the Assault, they're either going to ban Torvald or Hyde, and the opposite's going to be picked. Is my guess as of right now. Fight fire with fire. Meteor Goliath versus Hyde. Not a bad choice. Although if your Torvald game is on point, you know how to lead those shots.
Oh man, those mortar
Go ahead
damage.
and put those mortars in. Yep. Especially camping. Alright, so looks like Torvald was banned. IC is banning Torvald. And the last pick is going to be... Let me help out the teams here.
Yeah, we're just trying to
They're
get
a little
everything
confused as
sorted.
to what they pick.
We're waiting on the Assault pick right now. We are looking at a Hank, Kyra, Jack, and we're waiting on the Assault, which is probably going to be Hyde. Yep, there it comes.
Guessed it. Yeah, so they did ban Torvald, like I said, and they did pick Hyde. So,
And
there
it
you
is
go,
going to be a
ladies and
Goliath.
gentlemen. Yep. All right, we predicted that one pretty well, dude.
Yeah, man, we were pretty much dead on.
It's like we're psychic or something.
Can we get, like, kudo
But
points?
the
Like,
picks-
do we get a bonus if we're
Yeah,
right?
I want some cookies or like some space cash,
Space
some
cash
sort
would
of
be pretty
imaginary currency. Yeah, space cash. But we do have the picks once again, guys. Hank, Kyra, Jack, and Hyde versus Goliath. Banned was Kraken, Val, Sunny, Maggie, and who did I miss?
Let's just
Kraken,
bring that
Val,
back up for
Sunny, Maggie. Oh, Torvald. Torvald was banned. That's the Assault. There you guys go. I did that one from memory. I'm so proud of myself. All right, we're hopping to the next match. The map that was picked was Wraith Trap, and as the loser of the last match, Fresh got to pick the next map. So he picked Wraith Trap. I don't think we've ever seen anyone go back on Orbital after losing. The
No, I don't
loser
think we
always
have
picks
yet.
the second map.
So, I don't,
Yeah, loser
after
always
you
picks
lose on
second
one map,
maps.
you don't want to
They're
go
not
back to it. Like, mentally-wise,
Hey,
you're
I
going to
lost
be
on
on
Orbital
tilt.
drill. Let's try it again. Same strategy.
The only
Insanity is doing the
scenario I
same.
can think of is when you get down to a hold the take the shot scenario and you miss the shot. Like that's really the only reason I think you would ever go back.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, that's heartbreaking. I'm
That-
sure. Heartbreaking.
but we are going in, which means that we are at the current score being 1-0 in favor of Team LFC going into the next round. Lobby is loaded and started and good to go. We're just got the picks for you. All that's good to go. But Wraith Trap is going to be one of those ones. What feeding route do you think he's going to choose? Do you think he's going to go through town, or are you going to go straight through the jungle, or where do you think, or the barracks up
Down
north?
into the power relay, eat those free foods, and then up towards the jungly area.
Okay. So he's
Explain
gonna-
Goliath. Yeah, towards the jungly area. That's what I'm going to think.
Hook the jungle to the hook the relay to the jungle, and then just evolve probably over in that corner. And we'll have to see
Yeah,
what he
try to
does.
get some mammoth birds over there.
We have seen
There's plenty
quite
of mammoth.
a large amount of monsters actually be able to stealth on this map too, and be able to get as much as they want out of it. So,
Yeah, if you can manage to, say, cut back to helipad. I did see a game where the hunters were completely juked, led into the jungle, and the monster was 300 meters away at the helipad evolving, which is a stage 2 full armor, full health fight if you're 300 meters away. All right, we got the match going here. Rocking that frostbite skin, Fresh back on the monster. Did lose the last round. Let's see if you can manage to pull this one back. Kyra, Hank, Hyde, Jack. Very, very good team comp against the Goliath, of course. Because Val, Griffin, Sunny isn't a team comp that is here right now because of the picks and bans that TGL provides. I think Kyra, Hank, and Jack Hyde are some good picks as well. Jack, my favorite trapper. Actually, just in general, I would use him against any monster, with the exception of maybe Kraken. I'd prefer a harpoon-based trapper. And then Hyde, a good pick against Goliath. Fight fire with fire. Kyra, of course, my favorite. Probably the loveliest hunter, I would say. I actually got to meet her a couple times. She's nice. And Hank, with the shields, keeping Kyra alive. Going in for those foods right at the relay, as they all do. And it looks like he is going to jump straight across.
and then
Ooh,
fall
actually,
down, actually. But one thing
missed
I
a little
do...
bit of the geometry right there. That might have been a little bit of lag right there. And yep, going straight for those mammoth birds. I believe that's a mammoth bird and a marsh strider right there. That's going to be a solid couple of meets. And then moving into the jungle, he'll be able to get some solid feed. And if he does get domed at stage 1, hopefully he's full energy by then, because that's your goal as the monster. These hunter teams are strong, so if you can't juke him, at least be evolve ready by the time they dome you, and then leave the dome after it's over and hit stage 2.
Yeah. So, I don't know, that's one thing to note is just like how efficient he was at this route. With even though there was a minor misstep on one point, he still used exactly one leap, the full distance to get the meats right at the start, which means he didn't burn his traversal. He used the charge, used the full distance on charge, got to his meat yet again, and then he used his leaps and did it perfectly to get up. Except for there was that little fall on the edge, but just a little. Again, that was perfect, almost perfect execution there, just getting his way around and making sure he had maximum distance. Right now, he's looking to stealth and get his way back through Thanks, but Thanks is in a great spot to get good sight lines on it. Fresh, however, is using the cover to make sure he's not visible after stealthing his way over here. So they have to make a choice if he went that way or if he went here into the jungle. So he is welcoming them
really
into the
close.
jungle. Assault's exceptionally close.
Welcome to the jungle. Fresh hiding in the bushes. Wait, wow, I have actually never considered to hide back in that bush, and the assault completely misses him. They might decide to rotate away to helipad, and that would make for some good feeding for the rest of the Goliaths stage 1 time.
Yeah.
And an evolution. Now he's almost definitely running movement speed, right? He's moving so fast while crouched.
Well, let's take a look. We're looking at
movement
move
speed.
speed on Goliath, jetpack recharge on Hyde, move speed on Tripaseca, and we have reloading capacity on Hank and Kyra, of course, and that is, of course, the Phoenix skin right there. In case you're curious, you guys want to check out the store and get it. It looks pretty good. This is the Victory skin, right?
Yeah, I call it the Hot Wheels skin. That is the Victory skin, but the Hot Wheels skin on the medic because it's got those flames going on there. I really like that. And then Jack. Of course, skins win or lose the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's very important that in the customization screen you pick the correct color for the right map. And the hunters, how far are they from this monster right now? That was
Let's take a look at the Trapper because he's the important one. We're looking at 210 at Valve start time.
That's
We're looking
free
at
evolution.
here 180, probably 200. 3-point leaf smash, 1 rock, 1 flame, and 1 charge. And again, this is a large amount of distance for them to be covering during that time frame, and it's just going to show how effective it was to do that stealth in the corner. Stealth is making its way back, ladies and gents. As I speak of the devil, he's sneaking right past Tripaseca, using the coverage with foliage to his advantage with Wraith Trap.
You know, I was joking earlier about the skins being important, but I think if Fresh were to use the Turtle Rock Gold skin and have hidden that same bush, they would have detected him. He's sitting right there. He's got the Turtle Rock Gold skin on. But since he's using the darker Frostbite skin, the Assault may not have picked him up at the corner of his eye hiding inside that bush.
It's also not reflective like the Turtle Rock Gold skin, right? So, like the TRS Gold, if you go anywhere near it, it's like a shiny beacon of come fight me, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty much the most, I would say the most obvious skin in the game, other than Kraken Man of War.
Oh,
Kraken
yeah,
Man of War is pretty bright.
Oh, yeah. There's also the Cosmic skin as well, also pretty bright, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Between
But
the
moving out
Frostbite
here-
and Savage, I think those are my 2 favorite skins. But we are currently at Barracks right now in regards to positioning. So right now the Hunter team is actually closing in now. They're at 100 meters, slowly getting there. Just on their way to try and get this dome before he gets full armor. But alas, he was able to fill up, and he's good to go. They're getting ready to get the dome, making sure everyone's topped up on health. They're just trying to make sure they're in the perfect position to make sure that Fresh doesn't sneak past them again. He did trigger some birds, so they're going to know that he's approximately back there. And here's Thanks' perspective as we're going in. And he is going to see him right now. Here comes the ping. He's going in with a leap. Doesn't quite connect, though. Has to use the flame to get some damage on Thanks. Thanks is up in the air. Rocket's picked up. Knocks him right in the face. Has to use his shield to keep himself alive. And Fresh disengages as soon as the shield's up.
The shield is up, but Hyde is looking pretty low right now. And the monster actually looking pretty good on armor. He is totally ready to engage right now. Beating down the Assault. Rock totally whiffs him, though. And the monster is captured. It's time for an engagement at stage 2, full armor. The monster is committing, though, so I'm not sure why they dropped the dome so early. Oh, wow, they actually didn't drop the dome partially outside the map. If you run close to the wall, you can drop the dome partially outside and cut it off, making it harder for the monster to mitigate. But maybe they wanted a more open dome because the monster was prepared to fight. Well, they shouldn't have thrown it so early because clearly he was going to stay. Throw it when he wants to leave and get permanent health damage. Medic looking a little bit injured right
the
now.
double
That's
rock.
Hank's shield's offline. Hank's on that laser cutter right now.
Launching those mini lightsabers, doing what he can to poke forward. Here comes the rock, goes right towards Rusty. It gets protected, though. Trying to get some damage in, though. Orbital Barrage being tossed by Rusty, going in on Fresh. Fresh is almost out of armor. Actually, Leaf smashes back into the orbital right when it ends. Here comes the rock going right back on Rusty. Connects to him, brings him down a little bit closer. He's at half now, trying to get himself healed up. Right now, we have Yance doing everything he can, but everyone's just taking damage here, just slowly getting burned and mitigated. And we have a rock hitting right on Yance's face. But we are at no strikes right now. Monster is out of armor. Dome is released. We'll see him disengage in a moment. Here comes a rock backwards, though, trying to see if he can get something. Doesn't get anything, though, and he's just going to see him disengage at this point. Or are we? Here he goes, back in for more. Goes right back in for Rusty, trying to finish.
They actually thought he was leaving. May have got caught off guard. Kyra, don't get hit by it. She gets hit by that rock, but the heal burst does come out. That's going to heal them up. And the Hank shield was fully charged. Fresh is going to start losing some more health here. Now would be a good time to disengage.
Oh, that tracking satellite.
Yeah, that thing can cause a serious amount of pain if you get inside of its laser. Of course, once it starts to pan outward, if you're on the inside of the laser, you are completely safe. On the move here, Goliath looking a little bit injured, did give up 3 bars of health for no down penalties, but that's okay. Goliath is one of the tankier monsters in the game, and you can afford to do so. 3 bars on the Goliath means a lot less than 3 bars on the Wraith. He's going to try to feed up here and possibly hit stage 3, if not, re-engage at stage 2 full armor. He was looking pretty good in that fight, looking pretty confident, but decided to cut his losses and fight in another dome.
And we're just going through, we're just seeing them eat up right here in the back, right in town. This is what we refer to as township, because this is where all the town, like all the little huts and people living is. They just go and they have their houses that dropped in from space, and yeah. So they're going to be good to go.
I don't think they live there anymore.
Yeah, I don't think they live there anymore. I think they've either been forced to vacate or murdered.
I'm not sure if some of these houses were dropped. They look a little fragile. You got those little, maybe they were built afterwards, those wooden overhangs. I know that's how Sheer was built. They dropped buildings from space. Maybe they put those little wooden overhangs post
after dropping
house.
Yeah, maybe.
Or close the houses.
As he just destroyed one of them. Said nope.
Rip.
Screw your shanty. But we have a dome.
Back up and online. This is going to cause an insanely ridiculous loop right here. The trapper inside of me just screamed at the fact that this dome was thrown. Oh, this is going to be painful right here if he wants to mitigate, but it doesn't look like he wants to, and is going to be going in on Jack, who's greatly out of position. We got no Hank nearby. Hank's got to pop that shield. No shield.
And he gets charged right down into the ground and gets put in. He's trying to finish him off, make sure he's in dropship. Once Trapper's in dropship, he's able to finish him up as much as he wants. He can disengage and re-engage as he sees fit. Even the orbital barrage being thrown to try and get this damage in. Connects and takes out some good chunks of armor. Throws the rock to try and finish, trying to get everything, and it does actually finish. Putting Tripaseka into the dropship. Rusty in the back, shooting him, and so is Thanks. Everyone's on offense at this point because they know they have to get any damage they can on this health meter. However, they are at 3 bars of health damage for only 1 strike on the Trapper, so it is still in the game, and currently the medic and support are still up. So Thanks has all the durability in the world if he wants to fight. And if he gets stealth pounced, they have to switch out of their defensive position, so they're not going to be able to use their shields or the healing grenades at the same time. They have to be able to switch and deal damage. So it would either be flame grenades or laser cutter. I'd be willing to bet that it'd be the laser cutter going in to break that.
At this point, it's time to stage, and it's time for the Hunters to set up. They're probably going to clear this Nomad and that plant of death, pain, and sadness that was over there. There's a plant right in this area that we saw earlier, trap a Hunter while the Nomad kicked him down. You're going to want to get rid of that and definitely eliminate the Nomad so he doesn't cause you trouble in the dome, because he'll cause more trouble to the Hunters than to the monster, although he's annoying to both sides. Looks like our Goliath is going to try to re-engage as soon as possible while Jack is off the field. There is no dome, and there's also no repulsor beam, so the mitigation is going to be left to Hank Shield and Kyra healing up.
They have no control, but they have all the mitigation. Is that going to be enough when they go into this? Control is extremely important, as like we see CC effects coming out of Val and everyone. I don't know if they're going to be able to survive this even with the tankiest team possible. Looking at it, here he goes, straight on Rusty, trying to get him clicked up. We're going in with the leap smash, doesn't connect though. We're looking at this as he's trying to fight, doing everything he can. Rock, and he picked up and tossed at Rusty, does connect. However, that is a 2-point rock throw, so it's not going to deal all that much damage. He has 3-point leap, 3-point fire breath going in.
Take the shot! Kyra's stuck, hide, do something! What in the world took him so long to get that shot right there? Kyra might go down in a moment. Luckily, she'll be making the dropship that's coming back in 9 seconds, but Hank needs to keep himself alive.
We've got 2 dropships, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Here it comes. He needs to survive, and there you go. He has survived just long enough to bring in the next wave of dropship as Rusty's going to be going in. They didn't even get any health damage coming into this, though.
Oh, the assault did not make the dropship.
What?
Did not push B. What is it? What is that on PC by default?
It's B right now.
On console, it's circle. Yeah, it's B. He did not hit B to go back to the dropship, so he's going to be making the next dropship. It's up to Kyra and Jack to finish off this monster. No, that's not going to work, guys. This monster knows what he's doing. Pick up that rocket, toss it right into the dropship as they jump out.
Oh yeah, they had to burn a jetpack right off the start to make sure they didn't get hit by it, but it's going to be just barely enough. Here comes everything. They have a 2.5 minute timer on dropship, even throwing the dome right now because they've got nothing else to do, and just pulls it up just for the sake of it. And here we go. We got Tripaseka on the run, Pukin trying to get everything, but he does get stealth pounce, which means that Fresh is going to be taking a victory for Team IC, putting into the score of 1-1, moving on to the other side to see how his Hunter team does as he takes a victory, making it a tie on his side.
Solid performance right there by Fresh. Lost that last game as Wraith, but won as Goliath on Wraith Trap. Excellent work right there. And unfortunately, the Hunters just could not get back onto the map. If Hank would have cloaked and survived while all the other Hunters redeployed, they might have been looking okay to take down Fresh in that Stage 3 fight. But I guess it really cascaded when Jack was eliminated. No more Jack mitigation with that repulsor glove, and that means no more domes as well. So that's the W. Current score is 1-1 as we see it here on this side. IC versus LFC, it is 1-1. We may get a tiebreaker. Let me talk to Insane real quick and ask for the score.
They're doing the other side. We still have to switch sides and go do Inspector Cabot's Hunter team.
Yep.
So
I'm
we'll
not sure if they're playing right now.
No, they are waiting, I think. It's the other side that is playing right now with the 3rd, 4th place matches. Because all those guys gotta go.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right, so it is 2-0 in favor of Mini CP's team, and Mini is on Dome Destroyers. No, what's happening right now, actually, is the 3rd and 4th place games are being played right now. The 3rd and 4th place games are being played between Dome Destroyers and Exploding Wraiths, and Mini CP's team, Dome Destroyers, is up right now. 2-0.
Yeah, so, well, it's currently 1-1 on this side. It's 2-0 on the 3-4 matches. So we'll have to see how they do and how they change things up. They have just seen what was played for this side on the IC Monster. We'll have to see how that impacts their Hunter play. They might choose to be a lot more defensive in regards to how they play it, because they know they have to win both these matches in order to make sure they don't go to a tiebreaker. But the same goes for LFC's Monster, who is Veracor. He has to make sure that he's winning these 2 matches, which means he's going to be trying to play his best, making sure he not only has the damage required, but also the ability to remove anything that the Hunter team can throw at him. He's going to have to put everything he's got into these matches in order to try and avoid a tiebreaker scenario. So we're going to go with the first bans coming in. We're looking at Kraken getting picked up, immediately getting banned. So we'll have to make sure that...
also banned. Kraken and Torvald are banned right off the bat. We got the picks coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll read those to you guys in just a moment as they are getting picked. But yeah, let me clarify what's going on right now. The 3rd and 4th place game is being played right now behind the scenes. Dome Destroyers are up 2-0, and we are going to be switching sides here on IC versus I almost said LSD. Versus LFC is what's going on right now. IC versus LFC is going on right now. The current score is 1-1. Dome Destroyers and Exploding Wraiths is going on right now as well. Behind the scenes, and the current score for that is 2-0. That is the final say on what's going on. But anyway, now that we got that out of the way, the picks are as follows. Picks of bans. Kraken has been banned. Assault was called first. Torvald banned. Parnell picked. Trapper is up next. Jack has been banned, and the Trapper pick is going to be, I'm going to guess Crow is going to be the Trapper for IC. We are switching sides, ladies and gentlemen, to clarify, so we are going back to Orbital Drill, and the loser of this match gets to pick the next map out of the TGL map pool, not including Distillery, because that's available in tiebreakers only. The Medic ban is going to be Slim?
Slim? Okay.
Okay, we haven't seen Slim all day, but he's banned. Bye, Slim. Slim is absolutely not going to be picked for this game. Not that I thought he was going to be picked. They're going to pick Val.
Oh, they have Val on the board? Like, it's Val or Kyra. It's one of the two. It's probably going to be Val if I had to bet, because of the power of Tranks versus everyone but Kraken. Wraith it could work against if he does go Wraith, because that is an option. But who knows? We've seen Wraith a lot today, actually. I don't know.
A lot of Wraith. Some Meteor Goliath, some Goliath.